So apparently, so I wasn't here when all of that happened, but from what I've heard, so they were with her friends playing around, and then they went to go buy snacks from the shop, right? So when they came back, they started showing symptoms of being not well. So she started vomiting and throwing up after because she came back home asking for food, and her mom made her something to eat, right? So then that's what she had, but she couldn't eat, so she couldn't stomach anything, so she couldn't even drink water, right? So then she came back, and so her mom tried to put her to bed because she couldn't. She was just like weak, right? So then she started throwing up, and then that's when they called the ambulance, I think, and they started, asking for help on the streets, only to find out that one of her friend's father had the same problem with her friend. So yeah, then they took her to Zola clinic, and to get her some help. And then while they were there getting help from the doctors, her friend's family came with the friend there, and just like that, she didn't make it.
As I was busy, because I was busy with the washing, something on a rail. Then the other small boy of mine came running, called me and said, my daughter has collapsed inside the house. Because inside the house, while I said to her she must sit down, I will prepare the food. She then went inside the house because the two boys were busy watching TV, the soccer on the television, yes. So now the other one came running and said, she's vomiting and the eyes are rolling. I dropped everything which I was doing, then I ran inside the house, and then I picked her up, and I saw a hole of foam and everything coming out from her mouth, and I took her outside. I thought she's burning, and to my mind, I thought it's a seizure, but also it was going to be the first time I saw that, because she never had that before. So that the thing came into my mind. So now, while I was busy trying to helping her to wipe all the nose and everything, and I saw her giving up. The body went down and everything, just like that. And I quickly ran to the neighbor to go and see if we can get an ambulance. And the ambulance, they told me the ambulance will be in 45 minutes late. And then when I come back and I found her lying there, my conscience told me that she's already gone, because the way she was looking, the way she was already gone. But now I waited and waited until I saw Zintle's mother and the father. They also carrying Zintle coming through as I walked past the gate. And they wanted to know how is Monica, because Zintle is acting strange. Then I said to them, oh, Monica also did the same thing and she's there lying. So they went to the hospital because they had a car. Then I said, for waiting for an ambulance, I'd rather call an Uber. Then I called an Uber to pick my daughter, put it in a car, then to Shawela Clinic. But on my arrival there at Shawela Clinic, the doctor told me that no, she's about in 30, 45 minutes gone. So which I knew it already about that. So I think amongst the other, out of the other children, she was the first one to go. Then the ones that they followed. And I couldn't imagine my child will be one of those, but it happened because even on the very first children, we were so hurt about what happened to them. The whole community was all up in arms in full support of the other previous communities, the people there. And now, I don't know. My question is now, whose child is going to follow from here? Because now it looks like it's happening now each time. So, we don't know. We are, we lost a very, very, very brave and a very you know, someone that in my mind. So, you know, we don't know. We are, you know, we lost a very, very, very brave and a very, you know, someone that in my mind. I looked at after her and say she's going to be the, you know, the queen of the house in the future, because everything she, you know, talking, everything, playing, reading, you know, she was the best. I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know, it's painful. You know, you could admire her when she talks about things. You know, at the age of she was, but she was. Up here, short, you know, she can talk clearly that you can understand what in future she would like to be. But she mentioned that she wanted to be a policeman. That's what she said to me.
As a child, she was very bubbly, very inquisitive, you know, very curious. She always wanted to know more about things, always willing to learn things. And she was, you know, she just had so much love. Whenever she sees someone that she knows or that she didn't know, you know, coming into the yard, she'd like just, you know, embrace them with love and hug them. And she was just that bubbly kid, you know, that everyone loves. You know, she's like, she was my grandparents' last grandchild. So we all loved her, just gave her so much love, and it reflected in how much love she gave to other people. So that's what we knew her as.
Oh, her giving up. The body went down and everything just like that. And
Told my son, Jabulo, come here, come tell me what happened. He said to me, my friends ate snakes. And I asked him, where did he buy the snakes? He said, around the passage. And I even repeatedly asked him, did you eat those snakes? He said no. And then I think after 10 minutes from that time, Jabulo started to change. His face was starting to be purple. And then I took him off outside. Actually, I used water, you know, just to wake him up. And he was not responding positively. So I started getting worried. So I asked one of the neighbors to call my 2 daughters to come and help me. So I had to change and immediately left to find transport to get help. So I used the Uber. That Uber left me around in the same street. There's a shop called Pilgrim up there. So I had to get to a police car. Actually, I was helped by a police car to get to Zola Clinic. To my surprise, when I got there, there was Zintle, another child who already ate the poison. So they were trying to save Zintle's life. And then my son also was there. And then they put a drip on him. They tried their best. They did their best. Unfortunately, our children couldn't fight the poison. When they confirmed the poison, they said they found a red poison in our children's system. My son